Today we're gathering together the biggest appetites in anime for an all-out battle royale. Who can hold their meals down? How much can a single stomach take? For the first time ever, we've placed the biggest gluttons under one arena, showcasing their greatest eating exploits. Who's going to come out on top? This is Ultimate Showdown Anime Appetites. Guys, this is a special episode for me. I know I'm extra. It's just this one time. Before we get into our contestants, we've got to go over our rules for the competition. First rule, every contestant must have the ability to get full and digest their meals, or expel them somehow. If you can't take a shit, then don't mess with the competition one bit. I should never do that again. Despite having the most ravenous mouths around, famous foodies like Gluttony from Full Metal Alchemist and literally any Titan from Attack on Titan are automatically disqualified. Second rule, contestants are judged by the volume of food eaten within a single sitting. We love people like Elle, the sweet-toothed Sherlock, and Sailor Moon, the scout's stomach. But they didn't quite make the cut. Third rule, contestants will be judged calorie by calorie on their actual intake in one sitting. Lastly, each series is only allowed a single representative. Sorry, literally everyone in DBZ who isn't Goku. Let's get ready for our stomachs to rumble! These 10 contestants have traveled from far and wide to go mouth to mouth, not that way, stomach to stomach against the biggest certified gluttons in the anime world. First up, we have the 3-time champion of Akihabara's Curry Showdown. She arrives here as the will of Steins Gate demands. She's the silent slaughterer, Suzuha Amane. For her competition showcase, Suzuha chose her home turf, Akihabara's Go-Go Curry. In a display of confidence, she's consuming a world champion-sized curry dish. This comes with a full portion of rice and curry, 2 fried pork fillets, 2 fried chicken fillets, 4 sausages, 2 eggs, and 2 shrimp dripped with delectable tartar sauce. And, just for purely research reasons, we decided to buy our own sample of this curry dish. And as you can see, it has the chicken and the shrimp and the sausage and the egg and all the delicious elements. And this is just one. This is one sample. This is what it's like to be Suzuha. Her meal weighs in at a calorie count of 3,700 calories total for the whole dish. Go-Go Curry is an office favorite here at GetintheRobot, in case you hadn't noticed. Not to mention, Suzuha's eating competition is one of Studio White Fox's few 60 FPS scenes in Steins Gate Zero. She's clearly a fan favorite to win the whole thing. In this one sitting, she's eaten almost 2 days worth of food. Will that be enough to win though? It's all up to our next contestant. Entering from stage Edo, we have a girl whose only goal is to find a samurai that smells like sunflowers. Unfortunately, chasing a samurai across Japan is a little too expensive for her blood. In this corner, we've got none other than the Reaper of Rice, Fu from Samurai Champloo. She can chow down on the classic bowl of unagi-don, a popular and fatty Japanese dish with 524 calories per bowl. Each dish is packed with mouth-watering grilled eels, then glazed with a delectable sauce called tare, while the food rests on a delicious bedrock of rice. Yum. Fu needs to eat about 7 bowls of the stuff if she wants to take the lead. From what I hear, Fu loves large meals and single-handedly ate through the pantry of an entire town's restaurant district on her buffet night. I mean, talk about a steal. Fu has placed her hands up, signifying that she's finished eating. Fu closed out at 14 total bowls. That's 7,336 calories. Fu almost doubled Suzuha's total consumption, eating enough for a whole family of 3 with just one sitting. Fu moves on to the next round. Our next contestant's appetite is downright biblical. She ate so much, even heaven rejected an angel like her. Clocking in at over 1,700 years old, we have the sweet girl stuffer, Stocking, from Panty and Stocking. Stocking is always taking in sweet after sweet, but one day she ate a bit more than usual. She started out small, only eating a handful of sweets. Unfortunately, she was gaining weight and went on a diet. But then her sister Panty brought home 15 cakes for Stocking to chow down on after her long dessert drought. assuming the middle one has 2 due to its size. Stalking, chomped and chomped, devouring cake after cake, until she gave up. Thus, that's what became her biggest meal yet. The show doesn't name the food, but its closest visual equivalent is a vanilla Swiss roll cake. Each confection is worth 960 calories, and Stalking ate 15 of them. It's not looking good for Fu. According to our math, that's around 14,400 calories. That almost doubles Fu's previous record. Our competition is really heating up like a hot griddle. Stalking moves on to the next round. Here to shake things up is the Spud Saver herself, Sasha Browse from Attack on Titan. This young lady gained reverence among anime fans when she became associated with chowing down on a potato. They don't call her Potato Girl for nothing. Now, how did Sasha even end up here? The Attack on Titan universe is certainly lacking in food, right? Except for Titans. Sasha has proven her glutton status time and time again. Shortly after being introduced, this Sasha stole her camp's rations all for herself, although that's hardly a meal compared to some of our other contestants. We had to call in an analyst to discover how much Sasha could possibly consume. Sasha's friend, Jean Kirstein, gave us a hand. In the spin-off Attack on Titan Junior High, Jean briefly thinks about dating Sasha and imagines taking her on a dinner date. Lovely. In his reverie, which was presumably based on real facts as all daydreams are, including all of mine, with so many characters, Sasha orders no less than 100 bowls of noodles. Each bowl carried 230.6 calories. She hypothetically consumed 23,060 calories total, which in the food-filled junior high universe has got to be her standard consumption. How else could Jean concoct such an idea? She easily ate in a single sitting what it would take your average person 11 days to get through. Holy mother, that's impressive, no doubt. And it's enough to trounce Fu, if we weren't doing this in a completely scientific and entirely accurate way. I'd throw on some extra points for Sasha being able to even find that much food in a society where food is scarce. Regardless, Sasha still has to go noodle for noodle with our next contestant. It seems that the 7th Hokage's First Lady has just entered the arena. She can see through the human body with her Byakugan. But can she see her way to the top? It's Konoha's Queen of Gluttony, Hinata. When she was younger, Hinata defeated all of Konoha in a ramen eating contest. She bested both Choji Akimichi and his father Chosa, not to mention the ramen king himself, Naruto. Hey, Naruto, don't sweat it. You're following in your father's footsteps by marrying a formidable partner. And really, who is a better match for Naruto than someone who can eat 46 bowls of tonkatsu ramen? Her victory really put an egg on Naruto's face. That's a grand total of 25,392 calories. Like Sasha, her appetite could feed at least one person for 11 days. But that extra 2,332 calories could potentially cover an extra day's worth of food. In a true upset, Hinata beats Sasha to move on to the next round. Look who's flying in! The spirit bun biter Goku has come in on his Nimbus. Despite being a lifelong eater known for his large appetite, no meal surpasses what he consumed as a 12-year-old boy when he was treated to a post-tournament dinner by Master Roshi. Little did his sensei know, young Goku was preparing for more than just burger, fries, and a milkshake. Goku started out by ordering a tonkatsu ramen, 4 3-ounce beef strips, 4 egg rolls, and 2 pork buns. That order alone contains enough food for the whole table. But the young Saiyan sought out to prove his stomach was more than 1 table wide. He ordered that same meal 57 times over. He didn't even share a single pork bun. Talk about committed. Each order was worth 2,526 calories. His entire flight of delicacies came to 143,982 calories total. That's 71 days worth of food. His nighttime delight cost Master Roshi 470,000 zeni, or $4,197 US. By the way, zenny is considered to be equivalent to the yen. Remember, this is a very science-y video. We've clearly moved on into the major leagues, with Goku defeating Hinata by a whopping 118,590 calories. Who could possibly defeat such a colossal culinary course? Well, our next contestant is in high spirits when it comes to chowing down. Next up, we have a spirit whose appearance both defined and terrified a generation. His body might be nearly non-existent, but his intense appetite is all too real. It's the chaotic chomper of Spirited Away, No Face. He starts off strong by devouring 2 yokai. While the average human contains 100,000 calories, I can't believe I'm talking about this, that might not be a fair comparison. The term yokai refers to supernatural beings from Japanese folklore, and the folks No Face ate are a bit more yokai than human. Nevertheless, the caloric value of a yokai isn't readily available, so we'll just go with their human calories. No Face's feast occurs mostly off-screen, but when we return to him, we can see that No Face devoured half the room. And I'm not just talking about food. From what I can tell, he chowed down on at least 50 pounds of fish and 23 entire chickens. Let's not forget he also ate an entire pig, 30 meatballs, and more. He had a few apples as well. I guess now he can call it a healthy meal. From what we saw on screen, everything No Face could have eaten totaled 629,928 calories. But he couldn't finish everything and ends up giving us what may be the most iconic puking scene in all of anime. So we're taking 1/3 away from his total caloric intake. That puts No Face at 419,952 calories. Hey, that's still enough to feed a single human for 209 days, so that's like almost 7 months? Who could possibly unseat No Face? Sailing from his home in the East Blue. Where's he? We all should have seen this one coming. From the world of One Piece, it's the Gum Gum Gullet Monkey D. Luffy. This guy eats entire banquets on a whim. Even then, Luffy hardly gets full. There's a reason Nami gives Luffy an allowance. If left to his own devices, the future Pirate King would probably spend all of their booty on food. But we have seen him reach his limit. Luffy has only uttered the phrase, "Stop, I'm too full right now," once in his life, while fighting none other than the man with 1,000 arms, Charlotte Cracker. Cracker's devil fruit ability lets him create biscuits of all shapes and sizes. He then manipulated those biscuits into fearsome biscuit warriors. Luffy did what any of us would do when staring down an army of biscuit warriors in the face. Eat them! Eat them all! He ate countless biscuit warriors that day, enough to make any man cry at the thought of counting them. Shout out to our intern Tucker. I'm so sorry we did this to you. But your efforts were not in vain. Thanks to Tucker's rigorous research, we've calculated that a single biscuit warrior is worth 10,042 calories. While it's never explicitly stated during their fight, the daunting Cracker briefly stands in front of his armor. Oda revealed in the Volume 88 SBS that Cracker stands at 10 feet 1, towering over Luffy. From there, all it takes is putting Cracker next to his biscuit armor to find that each warrior is around 17 feet tall. Then you've got to break the armor down crumb by crumb. Thanks for your work, Tucker. It's impossible to fully comprehend how many biscuit warriors Luffy ate, given that much of their brawl happens off screen, but Tucker counted all that appeared on screen. We're looking at the anime because it shows Luffy when he starts eating Cracker's warriors, rather than starting in the middle of the battle like the manga did. There were a total of 92 biscuit warriors on screen, and Luffy referred to eating one group of apple-flavored ones off screen. We know a single group has at least 4, so we know Luffy consumed at least 96 warriors, locking him in at a momentous, outstanding, tummy-aching 964,032 calories. He ate enough biscuits to feed your average person for 482 days? Ooh la la. Well, there you have it. Luffy has clearly won the title of anime's biggest glutton and... Wait. What's that? We have a surprise challenger! Toriko. He doesn't have any food to bring to the table. but he does come equipped with the greatest treasure of all, self-knowledge. During the Mellow Cola arc, Toriko announced his caloric limit of 3 million calories, more than tripling Luffy's intake. He likely overcame that limit in later arcs, but that's the only insight we have into what he can eat. Toriko goes a bit off the rails later on. If an average person had access to Toriko's diet, they'd have enough food for 4 years. An average person could give Toriko all the food they ate from 9th grade until their high school graduation, and Toriko would still be just, kind of full. For him, that's the equivalent of eating one pretty big dinner before bed. And that's that. Your new king of Chow is the one and only Toriko. We applaud all of our contestants and remind you to please tip your waiter or waitress, and please don't eat them. No face. Have an idea for our next Ultimate Showdown? Maybe a waifu and husbando showdown? Leave us a comment. If you like this video, subscribing would be pretty cool. It helps us out. Thanks for watching. I am Cristal Marie with GetintheRobot, made in NYC because we can't move to Japan.